Hello everyone, myself Navneet Kumar Singh and I am teaching you heat and mass transfer for your GATE examination. So my dear students, let us see the concept of Reynolds and Clinton-Kohlberg analogy. Let us see the concept of Reynolds and Kohlberg analogy. That is analogy between heat transfer and momentum transfer. Momentum transfer, my dear students. Let us see it. So we are looking at the analogy of heat transfer and momentum transfer, my dear students, and momentum transfer. Now, so if you will see this analogy, he is doing the analogy between heat transfer and also between the momentum transfer, or we can see the momentum only. Let us see now, my dear students. So if I will have a plate, let us understand it carefully. I am taking the example of plate first. So my dear students, this plate will be having some surface temperature Ts, and this is having X in this direction, my dear students, and this is having Y in the upper direction. So how the boundary layer will be developed? We know, sir, there the first molecule will stick due to no slip condition, and similarly this will happen. So like this, there will be some formation of boundary layer, my dear students. There will be some formation of boundary layer. So what will happen? Let us see, my dear students, what will happen. Now, if I will see the heat transfer, if I will take that some fluid is coming with some velocity t infinite, my dear students, some velocity u infinite or u, and that is coming with some t infinite, having some temperature t infinite. So there will be what? If I will consider, let us say, this bulk of mass. So there will be some conduction from this side, and fluid mass is flowing. That's why what will be happen? What will be there? There will be some convection in this side, my dear students. Yes or no? And also due to velocity profile, there will be what? There will be shear stresses. There will be shear stresses, my dear students, in between these. Okay. Now tau will be there. So all the things will be there, and this relation I will develop in the your shear stresses, or we can say directly the Newton's law of viscosity and heat transfer. Also we will develop later on with friction, that what is the friction. So friction will be there, some kind of friction will be there in between the layers, my dear students, due to viscosity mu, my dear students. Yes or no? So let us see. So what will be the shear stress in this case, my dear students? So shear stress will be given by tau naught is equal to. So let us see first of all what will be the shear stress, my dear students. So shear stress in this case will be given by tau naught is equal to mu del u by del y, my dear students. So some students will ask me, sir, why it is coming? My dear students, this fluid is moving in this direction, yes or no? And velocity profiles will be there. So if you will see, there will be some change of velocity in this y direction, that will be del u by del y in the y direction, del u by del y into dy, yes or no? So u is already there. Let us say I am assuming u is there, my dear students, at this element up to this part, u is there. So if you will calculate a total velocity, this will be what? That will be nothing but del u by del y. With respect to what? With respect to space that is changing, my dear student. With respect to space that is changing, into del y is nothing but your dy, and if you will take dx, like in the unit direction, this will be 1, that will be area. And what is happening? That change in velocity is directly proportional to what? Shear stress, del u by del y. That is your Newton's law of viscosity. and hence that tau will be equal to mu of del u by del y. You have seen in fluid mechanics, so that's why I'm not going so much in this topic. So this is, let us take one equation. So also there will be some heat transfer in the y direction, in this fluid. So this will be given by Q is equal to minus K A dt by dy, my dear students, dt by dy. Let us take it second equation. So this is your case. Now let us equate both the equations. But how we should equate? We know that Prandtl number is given by that is PR is equal to nothing but mu Cp by K, my dear students. So if I will consider gases, my dear students, generally for gases, the value of PR is equal to 1. So from here, what I can have that K is equal to nothing but mu Cp, my dear students. K is equal to nothing but mu Cp. So if I will put this value in this equation, what will happen? Let us see. So now the heat transfer will be equal to, so the Q will be equal to mu Cp minus of mu Cp multiply by dt by dy. Yes or no, my dear students? And let us combine both these equations also. So when I will combine both these equations, what will become? Let us say what I will have. Let us see. So mu, if I will put the value of mu, what is mu, my dear student? That is tau naught upon del u by del y. So let us put the value of mu in this. So putting value of mu from equation 1. So hope you are getting this. So let us make this. What will happen? So this will become something like minus of mu, which is equal to tau naught by del u by del y multiplied by Cp into dt by dy, my dear students, dt by dy. So this whole equation will become equal to something like this, that is tau naught, and area is also there, my dear students. You have forward. Area is also there. Tau naught into A multiplied by Cp. That will become dt by du, my dear students. dt by du. So can I write this equation that Q is equal to nothing but tau naught A Cp, tau naught A Cp we have taken, yes, and dt by du. d by dy will be something like this. So this will be dt by du. Okay. Now let us separate the variables and integrate the equation. Separating variables and integrating with respect to what? With respect to boundary conditions, my dear students. So what will be the boundary conditions? So at y is equal to 0, what will be the temperature? Temperature T will be equal to Ts. At y is equal to so we are taking dt and du. So at y is equal to del, my dear students, in this direction if heat is flowing. So what will be the temperature? Temperature will be T infinite and velocity will be u infinite, my dear students. And what will be velocity here? This will be 0. This case at y is equal to 0, this will be 0, my dear students. So let us see. So this will become equal to Q divided by tau naught A Cp multiplied by du, and that will be from 0 to u is equal to dt. And what is the temperature? That is from T surface to T infinite, my dear students. That will be from T surface to T infinite, my dear students. So what it will become? Let us see. My dear students. So this will become something equal to, let us see. So if I will integrate this equation, I will have Q by tau naught or Cpa tau naught into u which will be having value from 0 to u is equal to, this will become T of Ts to T infinite, my dear students, Ts to T infinite. So let us see. So this will become Q by Cpa tau naught into u is equal to T infinite minus Ts, T infinite minus Ts, my dear students, and minus is already there. Minus is already there, my dear students. Minus is already there. So this will be something like T infinite minus this. Let us combine all terms. So if I will take Q by A, tau s minus tau infinite this side, and remaining term this side, that is your remaining term is what? Tau naught Cp by mu. Tau naught Cp by u. That is the velocity. Tau naught Cp by u. So what is this term, my dear students? So you know that heat transfer by convection is given by Q is given by HA, tau s minus tau infinite, my dear students. Let us say that is Hx at particular distance x in this direction, particular distance x in this direction, my dear students. So what will be this value? That is Q by A, Ts minus T infinite will become equal to something what? Hx, my dear students, yes or no? So let us put this value. So this value will become equal to Hx, my dear students. This value will become equal to Hx. Let us see. So this value will become equal to Hx. So we will have that Hx is equal to tau naught Cp divided by u, my dear students. Tau naught Cp divided by mu, and that is nothing but your heat transfer coefficient. But we know that shear stress tau naught is given by half of Cfx, that is coefficient of skin friction or drag friction, my dear students, or we can take directly Cfx by 2, and this is nothing but let us say Cfx multiplied by half of rho u square, that is nothing but the kinetic velocity. Kinetic velocity, you can look here, that is nothing but the kinetic velocity per unit what? Per unit what? So per unit volume, my dear students, that is something like nothing but kinetic energy. So not velocity, that is kinetic energy. So if you will put this value here, what you will have, let us see. So Hx will become equal to tau naught, that is Cfx divided by 2 into u square rho Cp by u, my dear students. So u and u will go. So I will be left with Cfx by 2 into rho u by rho u Cp. That will be rho u Cp. So Hx will be equal to, this will be equal to nothing but, so this value will become equal to how much? Let us see. So we have got this value, my dear students. Let us see. So if you will see this value, this is something like Cfx is equal to Cfx, let us say by 2 is equal to Hx divided by rho Cp and V. Rho Cp and V. So what is this something? You remember this? Rho Cp, heat absorbing capacity of the particular material, my dear students. So this is nothing but heat convected to heat absorbed, my dear students. Heat absorbed, and this is called your STx, my dear students, which is nothing but your Stanton number, which is nothing but your what? Stanton number, and this is called your Stanton number, my dear students. Stanton number, Stanton, NUMB number, my dear students, and this signifies what? Ratio of actual heat transfer to transfer by convection to heat absorbed by the material. Heat absorbed by, what is the material here? Fluid. Heat absorbed by the fluid, my dear students. And you will use this relation, that is nothing but CF by 2 is equal to Stanton number x so many times. So let us see, my dear students, let us see. So we know now that Stanton number is nothing but Stanton number into x is nothing but equal to CFX divided by 2, CFX divided by 2, and this is also equal to HX by rho Cp u, my dear students, HX by rho Cp u. So you can find something here, that is your u by Hx is already there. So let us form something, my dear students. Rho Cp is already there. Let us multiply it with mu and mu both sides. So we know that Re is nothing but equal to rho u d divided by, in case of I will take L or D, you can take the D equivalent length or L, something like L, divided by mu, my dear students. So rho is there, mu is there, u is there, L is not there. Let us take L also. Mu is there. So if I will have this rho u L divided by mu, if I will cut these terms, I will have Reynolds number here. Let us see. This will be your rho is down, so this will be Rex downside. Now HXL by K. If you will have conductivity here, my dear students, conductivity of fluid. So HXL characteristic dimension by Kf is nothing but your what? Nusselt number, my dear students, Nusselt number. And if you will see the remaining term, so this has gone. So remaining term is mu Cp by Kf. So what is mu Cp by Kf, my dear students? That is Prandtl number. So this will be your PR, my dear student. This will be your PR. So your Stanton number will be equal to my dear students, what? NUX Nusselt number divided by Reynolds number into PR, which is equal to nothing but CFX by 2. And you should remember this equation, and this can be used in further calculations, my dear students. So this was your Reynolds analogy between what? Like heat transfer and momentum transfer, my dear students. So after following other equations, you can calculate the average heat transfer coefficient for laminar flow. Okay, and you will have the relation for Nusselt number also. And also you can calculate for the turbulent flow, my dear students. You can also calculate for the turbulent flow. So now let us calculate the relation between CFX and Stanton number when Reynolds number, that is Nusselt number, you know. When you know the Nusselt number, so this will become what? Let us see. So if you will see for the laminar flow, my dear students, if you will see for the laminar flow over flat plate, let us say case second is there, case first is this, laminar flow over flat plate, my dear students. And for laminar flow over flat plate, what is the Reynolds Nusselt number, my dear students? We know that NUX. I am not taking the average. I am taking at particular location X, my dear students, and this will become 0.332. You know the average 0.664. Re to the power 0.5. PR to the power 1 by 3, my dear students. So you know the Nusselt number. Let us put the value here. So what it will become? Let us see. So if I will put this value in this equation, what it will become? That STX, Stanton number X, is equal to Nusselt number, which is 0.332, Re to the power 0.5 into PR to the power 1 by 3 divided by Rex, that is particular X, my dear students, Rex into PR. So what will this value will become? That is equal to nothing but Cf by 2. That is nothing but what? Coefficient of drag. Of drag or friction. Drag or friction. Okay. Now let us see. So this value will become equal to 0.332 Rex. So if I will cut this will be something like under root Rex, my dear student, to the power half. If I will take down, this will become 1 minus 0.5, 0.5 which is equal to 1 by 2, 1 by 2, my dear student, something like this. Multiply by, if you cut the PR, then PR will go, my dear students, and you will be left with multiplied by PR to the power, that is 1 by 3, 1 minus 1 by 3, this will be nothing but 2 by 3, my dear students, this will become 2 by 3, 2 by 3 is equal to Cfx by 2, my dear students, Cfx by 2. So from here you can see that if I will take this term to this side, or that is your standard number x. So this will be your relation between coefficient of reaction drag Cfx, and if you will take to this side, this will become 0.664. This will become, let us take it. So this will become Stx into PR to the power 2 by 3, PR to the power 2 by 3 is equal to nothing but 0.332 divided by under root Rex, my dear students, under root Rex, and you also know that Cfx is nothing but equal to 0.664 divided by under root Rex, and that was for your laminar case. You have seen in like Reynolds number, laminar case, my dear students, that was for the laminar case. Okay, now let us see for the turbulent case. What will be there for the turbulent case, my dear students? Let us see. So you have seen the relation between coefficient of friction and, that is coefficient of drag and Stanton number, also in the Prandtl number with the Nusselt number. All the numbers you have gone through now. So let us see for, my dear students, turbulent flow. So turbulent flow over flat plate. Let us see the case second. Case second is what? Turbulent flow over flat plate. Case second. Turbulent flow over flat plate. So my dear students, we are just solving now for the turbulent flow for the flat surface. So that flow was occurring. So after critical Reynolds number, there will be turbulent flow, my dear students. So, and for turbulent flow, we know that Cfx value is nothing but equal to 0.0537 divided by Re to the power 1 by 5, my dear students, or you can write 0.0537 divided by Re to the power 0.2, my dear students, Re to the power 0.2, my dear students. So that is 76 Re to the power this. Okay, now we know that Stanton number multiplied by PR to the power 2 by 3 is equal to nothing but what? Nusselt number divided by Re into PR, and this is also equal to Cfx divided by 2, my dear students. So can I calculate the value of this Stanton number, my dear students? Stanton number, which is equal to Stanton number. So this value was equal, so this is equal to this. Okay, now so Stanton number in this case will become equal to 0.0576 divided by Re to the power 0.2 multiplied by, divided by 2 is also there, Cfx by 2, so divided by 2 is also there. So this value will become 0.0576 divided by 2, so this will become equal to 0.0288 multiplied by r e to the power minus of 0.2, my dear students, minus of 0.2. Okay. Now we know the standard number is nothing but nu, that is Nusselt number divided by Reynolds number at x into PR, which is equal to 0.0288 re to the power minus of 0.2. So let us take both these terms there, this side, my dear students, this side. So standard number multiplied by PR to the power, that was multiplied by PR to the power. So let us write it. So this is like standard number, my dear students. And we know what was your standard number. Standard number multiplied by PR to the power 2 by 3 was equal to Nusselt number at x, Reynolds number at x into PR. So let us take this term this side. Let us take this term this side. So what it will become? This will become something like, let us see. So standard number is this, multiply by PR to the power 2 by 3 you have to do, and this will be equal to 0.0288 re to the power minus 0.2. Hope it's clear, my dear students. Okay, you understanding? What I'm doing is I'm multiplying that PR to the power 2 by 3 in this number, that is standard number multiplied by PR to the power 1 by 3, which is equal to PR to the power 2 by 3 multiplied by PR to the power 2 by 3 is equal to that CFX. Okay, CFX by 2 we have seen in the previous analysis. So this will become equal to how much? Let us take all the terms. So this will become equal to 1 minus 2 by 3, my dear students. This will become equal to 1, and if I will take this power down, this will become 1 minus 2 by 3. This will become PR to the power 1 by 3, my dear students. That is REX. So let us take all these terms this side, and I will have NUX is equal to 0.0288 RE to the power minus 0.2 plus 1 into PR to the power 1 by 3. So I will have that NUX is equal to 0.0288 RE to the power 0.8 into PR to the power 1 by 3, and this will be your Nusselt number for the turbulent flow, my dear students. This will be your Nusselt number for the turbulent flow. So can I calculate the average heat transfer coefficient in this case? Yes. What will be the average heat transfer coefficient? We know that Nusselt number at x is given by Hx multiplied by x divided by, that is characteristic dimension in this direction, my dear students. Let us see if you are not clear about this. Let us see. So this is nothing but x. At particular x, we have also seen that what was the average heat transfer coefficient. We have also seen this. So this was something like this. We have taken a distance at distance dx. At a distance x, we have taken element dx, and then we have integrated from 0 to L, and we have find out the average heat transfer coefficient, my dear students. So if I will calculate Hx dot x upon Kf, so this will be equal to, in this case, 0.0288 re to the power 0.8, which is 4 by 5 multiplied by PR to the power 1 by 3, my dear students. Yes or no? So let us calculate Hx. So Hx in this case will be given by 0.0288 re to the power 4 by 5 into PR to the power 1 by 3, my dear students. Yes or no? Multiplied by Kf divided by x, my dear students. Kf divided by x. But what is Rex? What is Rex, my dear students? That is your Rex. Okay. Now let us calculate the average. So H average is given by nothing but 1 by L from 0 to L, Hx into dx. My dear students. So let us calculate it. So this will become equal to 1 by L, the length of the plate, my dear students. That is the length of the plate, my dear students. Okay, multiplied by 0 to L. Hx, what is the value of Hx? That is 0.0288. Re, what is Re? That is nothing but rho V x divided by mu, my dear students, to the power 4 by 5. X is already there. That is the Reynolds number at particular location x. So this will become PR. PR is what? Mu Cp by K. So there is no term for x, so we don't have to. That's clear that will be Kf upon x into dx. Yes or no? Let us take all the terms one side. So this will become 0.0288 288 divided by L into PR to the power 1 by 3, because it is not having any kind of x, multiply by rho V by mu. I am taking out to the power 4 by 5, to the power 4 by 5. So what will be the remaining term? The remaining term, also take kf this side, kf this side, my dear students. So the remaining term will be nothing but x to the power 4 by 5 divided by x into dx. X to the power 4 by 5 divided by x into dx. Let us integrate it from 0 to L, my dear students. Let us integrate it from 0 to L. So when you will integrate it from 0 to L, what you will have, let us see. So you will enjoy this, my dear students. That's my promise. Let us see. So this is becoming h average is equal to 0.0288 divided by L PR to the power 1 by 3 rho V by mu to the power 4 by 5 into Kf. Conductivity of fluid is already there, and also we have done one no mistake, x is already there, so that is x to the power 4 by 5 divided minus 1. So this will become what? This will become x to the power minus 5. This will become minus 1 by 5. This will become x to the power 0.8 minus of 0.8, my dear students. So x to the power minus 1 by 5. So let us integrate it, x to the power minus 1 by 5 into dx. So this value will become equal to 0.0288 PR to the power 1 by 3 rho V by mu to the power 4 by 5 into Kf, and this will become x to the power 1 minus, because minus 1 by 5 plus, this will become what? X to the power minus 1 by 5 plus 1. So 5 minus 1, this will become 4 by 5. So this will become 0.8 or 4 by 5. And that is your from 0 to L, my dear students. So let us put all values, and L is already there. So 0.20288 PR to the power, and also there will be 0.8 down, that is divided by 4 by 5. 4 by 5, my dear students. So this will become PR to the power 1 by 3 rho V by mu into Kf, my dear students, multiply by L to the power 4 by 5, L to the power 4 by 5, and let us take L here only. So I will take one L this side, and 0.8 is already there. 0.8, don't forget it. So this will become minus of plus of 0.288 divided by 0.8, my dear students, and let us take rho V by mu again, that is power 4 by 5. So let us take 4 by 5, L to the power 4 by 5 this side. So L to the power 4 by 5 in this side. So this will become 4 by 5 into Kf by L is already there. Kf by L is already there. So what this value will become? Let us see, my dear students. What this value will become? Let us see. So this value will become equal to 0.0288 divided by 0.8, which is equal to nothing but 0.036 into Re to the power 4 by 5 into Pr to the power 1 by 3, and I am taking L this side, so this will become H average into L by Kf, and that will be nothing but Nusselt number at L will be given by 0.036 Re to the power 4 by 5 Pr to the power 1 by 3, and like this you can calculate the Nusselt number, my dear students. Like this you can calculate the Nusselt number at particular x, my dear students. So if you want to calculate for combined, that was your if you want to calculate for combined, my dear students, what will it become? Let us see. So for combined laminar and turbulent flow, let us see, my dear students. You can do it yourself. So these are like, you have to remember, or you have to see once what is the procedure. You don't have to go for derivation. So just remember, forget, my dear students, and these are very important, because you can, although he will give all these relations. So if laminar flow is occurring on the plate, let us see. So my dear students, this is your plate. and laminar flow is occurring over there, or let us say some boundary is there like this. Let us say transition is occurring here, and that is your XC, where there is your critical Reynolds number, and up to this there is laminar boundary layer, and after this there is turbulent boundary layer, my dear students. So this is your L, this is your L minus XC. Yes or no? So first you have to calculate, integrate, for if you want to calculate that average, H average. So first you have to calculate from 1 upon L2. First you have to calculate, if you want to calculate the H, that is we are dealing with case second, that is average heat transfer coefficient for combined laminar and turbulent flow. So if you want to calculate this, so this will be nothing but H average is equal to 1 by L, that is from 0, x is equal to 0 here and x is equal to XC here this side. So 0 to XC into HX dx, again 1 by L from XC to L, my dear students, and that will be nothing but HX into dx, and put all the values of HX and integrate. You will have the average heat transfer coefficient, and from there for combined turbulent for combined laminar and turbulent you can easily calculate what? Nusselt number, my dear students, Nusselt number, and which you easily remember, I hope. That was your NUX for combined is given by 0.037 RE to the power 0.8 minus 371 into, so 871 was this, I think, PR to the power 1 by 3. So this was something like this, my dear students. So this will be your combined, my dear students. This will be your combined. Hope you have understood that how we are getting these relations, why we are combining fluid mechanics with the heat transfer. So all the concepts are clear now, and hope you have understood all the concepts. So thank you so much, my dear students.